button there, ref. That's he got the ball.
Good morning, Spurs fans all around the world, and Tottenham are back in action under the lights at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tonight as we kick off our Carabao Cup campaign against Doncaster Rovers in the third round. This game offers a huge opportunity not only for rotation but for the younger players of the squad to be able to get minutes and show what they can provide, and also for Thomas Frank to really showcase the depth of this squad. Doncaster do come into this game flying high in League 1 after promotion from League 2 last season, and they will not be coming to North London to make up the numbers or roll over. They will fancy a cup upset, and as we've seen in cups before, anything can happen. Thomas Frank has already hinted at a little bit of rotation in his pre-match press conference, but he was very clear this still will be a strong Tottenham team. So what does a strong but rotated Tottenham 11 look like? Let's break down my predicted 11 and what each player will need to do in order to make their mark tonight. Starting with goalkeeper, and Antonin Kinski will replace Guglielmo Vicario in goals. Thomas Frank more or less confirmed that in his pre-match press conference. And this is a huge opportunity for the youngster to be able to make his mark tonight and put pressure on Vicario, who is Tottenham's number one after his error at the weekend against Brighton. Tonight, Kinski will have to show composure with the ball at his feet, which is something the goalkeeper is known for. He'll also have to stay focused, potentially could spend long periods of this game without much to do. I have no doubt Doncaster will look to make the most of any attacks or any set pieces, so Kinski will have to come out and command his area from set pieces and crosses into the box. But the big thing I want to see from Kinski today is to prove that his shot stopping ability has improved, because for me I think that is one of the major reasons why he is number 2 behind Vicario at this moment in time. And lastly, just be vocal, help organise that back line, and hopefully keep a clean sheet. Moving on to left back, and with Thomas Frank confirming that Ben Davies is out for this game, Destiny Udogie will retain his place. And he looked great against Brighton, and this is an ideal opportunity for him to be able to build fitness. All I want to see from him in this game is exactly what he did against Brighton. Get forward, stretch that Doncaster backline, link up with Wilson Odoboro on the left and build up that chemistry down that side, and stay switched on against possible counterattacks down his side. Moving on over to right back, and Porro needs a rest. Spence was rested at the weekend, so Spence is a guaranteed starter here. Spence will need to be the one that will provide width down this right hand side, making overlapping runs when Brennan Johnson cuts inside, because Brennan Johnson doesn't like to operate as a normal winger. He does like to play a bit more on the inside, which makes it then more important that Jedi Spence-tacular delivers accurate crosses into the box. He will also need to stay switched on defensively. Doncaster may look to isolate the fullbacks with long diagonal balls on top of them, so he will need to dominate his 1v1 duels and not allow Doncaster to gain any territory down his side. Tonight also offers the perfect opportunity to give one of Romero or Mickey van de Ven a rest, and for me, Danzo deserves his opportunity to come in at right-sided centre-back tonight, as he has been ever reliable whenever we've asked him to step in. For me, he just needs to communicate with his centre-back partner, be aerially dominant. Doncaster may look to go long into their striker to bypass their midfield, so he will need to physically impose himself while also dealing with any crosses that do come in. He probably will see a lot of the ball, so he will have to make progressive passes into the midfield when the chance is there. Show composure. What we don't want is a Radu Dragusin moment 8 minutes in, getting caught with the ball at his feet. A shaky performance can invite pressure but also make Tottenham fans nervous, so he needs to start strong here. Moving on to left-sided centre-back, and with Davies out and Takai only just returning to training on Monday, one of the regulars will have to play. Out of the two, Van de Ven is the one that in my opinion we do need to protect most, given his record with hamstring injuries, which means Romero will play but as left-sided centre-back. And this shouldn't come as a shock to any Spurs fans. As we know, when we have rotated centre-backs before, Romero is often moved to the left-hand side centre-back, and for me, that's because he is more comfortable on the ball playing there than any other option we have when we look to rest Mickey van de Ven. I'd also argue that I think this game is absolutely suited for Romero tonight. He's club captain, he brings that leadership, and he also has that hunger for silverware, which will be needed tonight, in my opinion, more than anything. He just needs to remain disciplined at the back, avoid any clumsy challenges or any stupid cards, and avoid giving away any soft goals. Keep things tight, lead the line, stay focused, and help guide the younger players tonight. Moving into CDM, and Paulinho played 90 minutes on the weekend, so there is no need to risk him here tonight. For me, Archie Gray deserves his opportunity. To prove that he can handle the responsibility, he needs to be able to anchor this midfield tonight, stay disciplined, no silly fouls or getting caught out of position, and when he does recycle possession, move that ball quickly and decisively. I also think this is the perfect time to be able to rest Rodrigo Bentancur and test Papa Mata Sarr in a box-to-box role. With more attacking options returning, Sarr will not be needed as a cam moving forward, so let's see him as a number 8. It's also good to have him alongside a youngster like Archie Gray, and for me, Papa Mata Sarr needs to support both defence and attack tonight. Lead that midfield press, dominate duels, and be first to second balls, tackles and break up play, and force errors from that Doncaster midfield. In possession, he will have to dictate the tempo of the game, control possession, avoid any sloppy turnovers, and supply forward passes to release our attacking players. He needs to be that engine in the middle of the park tonight. Moving into Cam and Frank, resting Simmons against Brighton was an absolute mistake, and the kid proved it when he came on. Bergvall has also started the last 3 games in a row and was poor last time out, making a huge mistake for the second goal and giving away possession time and time again. So for me, it's time to give Xavi Simmons his chance in the number 10. And this guy is absolutely key tonight. Doncaster out of possession will look to sit men behind the ball, so he needs to be that creative spark. Link midfield to attack, find pockets of space between the lines, feed through balls into the forward players, and make late runs into the box to disrupt Doncaster's shape. Take risks. For me, this is his chance to shine in an environment where there's not going to be so much pressure on him, or shouldn't be so much dependency on him, and I'm predicting a big night for Xavi Simmons. Moving into the forward line, and we will start with right wing, and I do predict that Brennan Johnson will get his opportunity here. And what I want to see from Brennan Johnson, because I think there's an argument that he's not a winger, he's a striker, but in my opinion, he's not good enough to lead the front line of a Premier League forward line, and that's why he is going to have to carve out his career as a winger at the top level. And what I want to see from Brennan Johnson tonight is be direct, beat his man, put crosses into the box, create chaos, test the keeper, shoot on sight, and most importantly, good movement off the ball. Make daring runs in behind the defence. Don't always drag players towards the ball. And I do think this is a huge night for the kid, because Kudus plays here. Kudus has 4 assists in his first 5 games as a Tottenham Hotspur player. And we know what he provides, and we know what he does every time he goes at his man. And if Johnson fails to do that tonight, it will show the huge gulf in class between the two. For me, his work rate must be high here tonight. Show me that he wants his spot back in this team. These are all the things that he must start producing as a winger, or he will continue to operate from the bench. Moving on over to left wing, and it should be Wilson Odobert. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't start here again tonight. Frank said he's been training very well, and that's why he started versus Brighton. I think this is a great opportunity to be able to see if Odobert can be relied upon. He is a live wire when he does get the ball at his feet, and I expect him to start wide and look to drive at the defenders, carry that ball at pace, isolate them 1v1, cut inside or go on the outside, and look to combine with the likes of Simmons, Tell and Destiny Adogi down this side. And also, out of possession, help pen Doncaster in with some pressing. And moving into the guy up front, and with Kolo Muani and Dominic Solanke both ruled out for tonight's game, Matisse Tell should be given the opportunity to lead the line tonight. And I think this is a massive chance for him to be able to get among the goals and boost his confidence. Tell needs to lead that line, show some physicality, smart hold-up play, bring others into play, and out of possession, press Doncaster's backline into mistakes. Chances are few and far between at Tottenham of late, so any chances that do come his way, he will need to be clinical here tonight. And I do think this is a confidence booster, and a goal tonight could be the springboard that he needs to kickstart his Tottenham career. So that is my predicted lineup for Spurs tonight. A good chance for Spurs to be able to rotate, get fresh legs out there, give you to run, and hopefully progress comfortably into the next round. What do you guys think at home? Do you agree with this lineup? Who would you start? Would you go stronger or weaker? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, smash a like. Come on, you Spurs. In Thomas Frank we trust.